Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Fiers, Femme, Shamika, whichever one you want to call me. And on today's talk through, I was actually meditating this morning because now it's like, I think it's after 3 now, but probably like after 4 because the sun is going down. But anyways, this morning when I was meditating and after having conversations with friends and things like that, a lot of us are having difficulties in this moment. It's like everyday things, like really being hard on ourselves and things like that. And so after meditating, it came to me to really just, I don't know, have a conversation with myself or have a conversation with you guys about, digging deep and believing. I have it on my notepad. So it says digging deep, believing in a better outcome, believing in things unseen, trusting that trusting in time that all things will work out for the good, trusting in the divine because she works on their time and not ours. And I felt like I could have a conversation about this because it's something that I'm dealing with as well. Like, like you feel like in a lot of my talk throughs, I was explaining how I feel like if I could do things, I would be a certain place and da-da-da. But sometimes we feel defeated in life. We feel like, why am I here? Excuse me, why am I here? I don't feel like I'm even doing anything except working, coming home. Like, what is life really about? Or maybe you don't have a job and you feel like, okay, when is this going to end? When is it going to be my time? When am I going to be able to do things that I see myself doing? You know what I mean? And that could be very difficult. For me, I could always attest it to when I was in the deep of my situation, like with my skin and stuff like that. I just decided to believe because at that point, I didn't have anything. Like, it was either take my life, and there have been people who took their life over TSW, or like believe that there is a higher source, a higher person, a higher God, that would bring me through. And that's actually what helped me. And it wasn't, you can't, I'm trying to get my words out. When I get excited, I can't get my words out. And I process it really good when I'm talking to my friends, like when I'm just having a conversation. But so for some reason, when I put the camera on, it's sometimes hard for me to get my words out. So I really feel like sometimes when we're getting on our hands and knees, or however you talk to your God, our God, Yahweh, whatever you want to call him, same thing, you know what I mean? I really believe that when you are talking to this person, you have to understand that it's not ever going to be on your time. And things don't happen overnight. It just does not. And the point of talking to him or talking to her is to believe that it's going to happen. You have to believe that it will happen. You have to believe in yourself, because yourself is part of who the creator is. You are part of the creator. So you really have to believe that you can change your mindset, that you can do it with his strength, that you can get to the next step, believing that he will pull you through. Okay? That is how I feel like I got to the next step. When I truly was at rock bottom, you know what I'm saying? Crying every day. It got so bad that I couldn't even cry anymore. Like, there were no tears. Like, I was cried out. I used to hear people say I'm all cried out, but I didn't understand that until I actually went through that. I was all cried out. It was like I was sad, but I had no tears. I had no tears. It was all gone. Like, I felt like everything was gone. And in that moment, I said to him, I'm giving it to you. I'm letting you take the reins because I don't know what to do. And when I really believed and truly believed that he took it, like he took my burden and he would help me, it wasn't a question. It wasn't a question every day. It was, okay, God, I know you got me. Okay, God, I know you got me. Like, heal me. Do your inner work. Do your inner work on my mind. Do your inner work on my body. You know, do your outer work on the people around me. Release people from around me. Release negativity from around me. You know, heal me inside and out around me. Heal me from anything negative. Take what doesn't belong to me away, even if it hurts me. And I think you have to really believe and trust in the doors that are going to close. Because when you ask and you believe, oh, things are going to start happening. And it might not be what you want to happen. Like, maybe you're with somebody, you know, maybe you're with somebody and you want that person to stick with you. But that might not be the person you got to stick with. Maybe you got to leave that person to get to the next step. Maybe there's things around you, forces around you that have to exit your life for you to get to the next step. You can't always say, why me? Why isn't it happening for me? Why is it taking so long? You know, that used to be me. Like, when am I going to get mine? You know, you see everybody around you in your eyes, you know, zooming and moving, and you feel like you're stagnant. And you feel like, for me, I feel like I'm very empowering. My words are very empowering. And I've always been positive because that's just me. You know, I just like pumping people up and making them feel good, because what's the point? I'm not a negative person by no means. So I always was the person to just, you could do it, you could do it, you could do it. But for me, I'm very talented, but I felt like I wasn't getting where I wanted to be when I wanted to be there. And then I would want certain people to stick with me. Not even certain people, my boyfriends. I would want them to stick with me no matter what I was hearing, no matter what I was feeling. I would stick with a boyfriend. You know what I'm saying? Just stick with the same person. And that's not what he wanted. That's not what my source wanted. Okay, so until I relinquished and released and told him that I trust him to do whatever it has to be done, that was part of my healing. I really believe that was part of my healing. I healed more when I was out of stress and confusion. And I actually opened my heart and believed that he would take me out of that. He would help my skin. He would help me internally, inward to my outward. That's all I was saying. Inward to outward, God. I trust you, inward to outward. You know, you have to have faith. You have to really believe in it. And I know people say, I'm believing. But if you're believing and you still putting a time limit on him, like, dang, I've been here for 5 years. Damn, I've been here for 3 years. Damn, I've been here for 2 years. He don't work like that. She don't work like that. They don't like you telling them what to do. You got to believe. And you also have to believe in yourself. You have to be strong enough to know that you can push those negative thoughts out of your mind and change them into positive. No matter what the circumstance may look like. There is always someone that is doing worse off than you. And it's not to compare, but it's to make you realize the blessings that you have in front of you, as small as they might be. You might have a group of people that actually care about you. A lot of people don't have that. A lot of people don't come from a parent that cares. A lot of people don't come from a sister that cares, a brother that cares, or a lot of people don't have a friend group. Your situation could be totally different from the next, but just know that we all have something we're battling with, whether we show it or not. So yeah, have compassion. I do start off with a topic, but I do ramble, and that's okay. So yeah, from writing it down, digging deep, to me, when I wrote down digging deep was just what I explained. I sat within myself. I actually sat down and thought about the positives in my life. What is a positive in my life? Who are positive people in my life? Okay, that's good. And you have your list. And then you say to yourself, what are some negative things that I don't like about myself? Be honest. Other people are honest with you. So you be honest with yourself. If there's things that you don't like about yourself, work on it. My negative thing was, I have this thing like as an Aries, and I don't even want to blame my sign, but I used to not like text back right away. Like I don't know, I just start doing something else and days will pass and I don't text people back. But I am actively getting better with that, responding and being good to the people who are good to me. Another thing I would do is I would always pick up myself. I know that seems strange to y'all, but I would pick up myself when I was a little younger, like 18. Oh, when I get my hips. Oh, when I get my butt. Oh, when I get this. Oh, when I get that. And it's like now I'll look back and I'm like, girl, you was really cute. You know what I mean? And you can't pick at yourself. Don't pick at yourself. You're perfect the way you are. You know what I'm saying? If you don't like something, you could change it with exercising, or if you got the coin, go do what you got to do. Just do your research. But for me, it's like love who you are and the skin you are in, and make sure that you know yourself before you go out there and change something on your body that you might regret later on. And I always tell my friends, like, really, I have my journal right here. I have the link down below if you want to buy this, by the way. I have a book here that I created, just empty pages. And I get up every morning and I write in that sucker. And I'm going to keep saying that in all these videos. And it's not to push my book, because you can go to CVS, you could go to Target, you could go anywhere and pick up a journal. And really just let loose in there. Don't hold no bars. If you got to rip out all the pages because you don't feel safe, rip them out. Dig deep. Dig deep, people, and get to know thyself. When you get to know thyself, you get connected with the Creator. You get connected with the Creator so easy that way, because you start to understand what your reasoning is for being in this world. I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying not to judge myself right now. I have a bad habit of doing that. I will think like, dang, is this something I should say? Let me stop the camera. And that's another thing. I stopped hitting stop and trying to be perfect. Nobody's perfect. Unless you got your camera, you put your little filter on, you want to play around. But I am learning authenticity is a great thing. I'm bubbly when I need to be, but I'm serious when I need to be. I'm fun when I need to be, but most of the time I'm calm. I laugh a lot off this camera. I'm learning how to be confident in front of this camera. It takes balls to be in front of this camera. It takes balls to talk about the things I'm talking about and being vulnerable and putting this thing out here. But you know what? This is for me and for the people it's meant to be for. And so that's what I'm trying to show you guys. Dig deep and be okay with who you are, because there's always going to be something somebody has to say. You know what I mean? They're always going to have something to say. Okay, so the next thing is believing in a better outcome. Like what I was saying earlier, you have to believe, like really believe. I know people say, oh, yeah, I believe. If you have even an inkling of doubt in your mind, things will not start to change. So what helped me, like I said before, affirmations. And anytime I heard something negative in my mind, I quickly backed it up with something positive. I have 2 apps that I have downloaded that remind me every day. Like I could be talking right now and they'll pop down and I'll say that affirmation. It starts at mine starts from 7 all the way to 10. And I always get my affirmations. I will plug it in right here. Okay, so believing in things unseen, same thing. God the Creator, the universe, your ancestors pushing for you. Your loved ones that are no longer here pushing for you. They all created a timeline for us to do better, to be better. Like the stuff I'm doing now in this camera, the stuff everybody else is doing in this camera, the social media things we have now, especially as Black people. We didn't have a lot of these things. We didn't have these outlets. So let's try to believe that They paved the way for us to know how to do better, to learn better, to be better human beings, to treat one another nicer. You know, I believe in all things unseen. I believe in Mother Earth. You know, I believe that the Creator made this world for us to come here and learn lessons, to come back home. And if we don't learn, then maybe we come back here. That's just my beliefs. It doesn't have to be your beliefs, you know? But I believe in all things seen and unseen, because there's a lot of things we can't explain, okay? And once you believe that you can heal, you will heal. Call healing over your body your tongue. Your tongue is a weapon. Your tongue can either destroy your mind, destroy your soul, destroy your body, or it can help you build yourself into a brand new person. Mentally, physically, like you will radiate from the inside out. And that's all I've been trying to do since I was a young girl. Like, I can look back and see that's all I wanted, was to exude wisdom, clarity, knowledge, you know, understanding from the inside out. That's all I ever wanted. And I feel it now. And it took me, I don't want you to think it was overnight for me. It took me like a decade, a legit decade or more, because, yeah, it took more than a decade for me to get here. So don't be gentle with yourself. Be gentle with yourself. With anything you're going through, just be gentle. The next note I have here is trusting in time. All things will work out for the good. Yeah. You got to trust in time. Like, if I look back, this is 9 months now I've been going through my TSW. Well, withdrawal. 9 months withdrawal. And in the first month, I thought, oh, it's small, you know, I could get over this. And then it started spreading. And then I got skinny, like 95 pounds. And my face started breaking out. Then it started coming in my hair. Then I had to shave my hair off. My skin was busted up. There was water coming out of my skin. I never experienced none of that. You know, like, I went through a lot. I went through a lot with that. And all I could keep reminding myself was like, time will heal, time will heal, time will heal. And after really just getting on my knees or sitting in bed and having that conversation with the Creator, like really having a conversation with Him and myself, and pushing myself and willing myself to believe that I was going to be able to get better, that's all I had to do. I had to believe that all things would get better in time. If I did not believe that, I really, truly believe I wouldn't be here. I would not be here to have these conversations with you. And because He spoke to me and said, be vulnerable. And I came on this channel 5 months and just let it all out. I feel like that let me heal. That helped me heal. And I'm continuing to heal today. I am not 100%. By no means. I'm not. But I've come a long way. And I'm so, so grateful. Every day I'm grateful. Every day I go outside and I thank God. Every day I stand in my shower and I thank God. Like, there's not a moment that goes by that I don't remember to have a conversation with Him. You don't have to even open your Bible. I know it sounds crazy, but you don't have to do that. You could have a conversation with Him wherever you are. Standing in the kitchen, drinking water. You know what I'm saying? You could talk to Him anytime. He is there. He or she. I'm getting into the mood of saying he and she. He and she. I like saying he or she. They are there for you. Okay? He and she. And that's the same thing as trusting in the divine. Believing, trusting, actually believing. Actually believing. Okay, you got to actually believe. And another big thing that I was trying to tell my friends. He works on his time. They work on their time. They don't work on your time. If they feel like there's something around you that should not go with you to the next level, guess what? You're not going to get to the next level. If you have some people around you that should not be with you on the next level with you, the blessings don't come. You could work and work and work and work, and they will continue to throw signs in your face. And I'm speaking from my experience, okay? He continuously threw signs in my face, and I was just like, because I didn't want to see it. I didn't want to see what he was trying to show me. I kept deflecting it until I got really sick, and I had to sit down in isolation and couldn't move, literally couldn't move. And yeah, I had to face it. I had to, especially after I poured my heart out, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna listen to you. Tests were thrown my way, and I truly believe that, and I passed it. I passed the test. So now I'm going through something else. All I'm trying to say in this whole thing, listen to your instincts. Listen to your instincts. Listen to yourself. Listen to God. They know best. They know best. That voice in your head that tells you to stop doing something, listen to it. Believe that you will change if you start listening to the things that are being said to you in your head. Listen to yourself. It is very important that you listen to yourself. Listen to your guides. All those movies that say you have a good and a bad, a good and a bad. Your mind, I know my mind always told me when to leave a situation and when to not be in a situation. And I actually listened to it, thank God, when I was in high school and stuff, because I missed getting in trouble in a lot of situations just because I listened to that voice. And I also know that if you're believing in something and you really want something and you feel like you're not getting it, he's waiting to see the changes that you're going to make for you to get to the next level. He's waiting to see if you're going to listen to that voice. He's waiting to see what you're going to do for your inner child. He's waiting to see the moves you're going to make to become this person that you're asking him to become. He wants to know if you can handle it. He wants to know if you can handle these things. You know, so don't give up on yourself. Don't give up on life. I'm hearing, don't give up on life. Don't give up on yourself. Don't ask him what if. Don't ask him when. Just do what you need to do to figure out how you can heal yourself without questioning why it's not happening and when is it going to happen. And that's what I learned about my journey. Like, I actively started to do things that could help myself along with him helping me. Affirmations, essays, writing in my book, pouring into myself, talking nice to myself without being in front of a mirror. I didn't even sit in the mirror for probably nine months. I wasn't looking in the mirror like that. I would only take pictures of my wounds, and then I wouldn't look at myself all day. It was more about me healing from inward outward and listening, like really fasting and listening. And that's what healed me. So I just want to let you guys know, don't give up. Keep going. Everything will turn out for the best. Eventually, don't lose hope. And just know that you're not alone. There are many people going through struggles of all kinds, and they're just not sharing it. So if you came across my video and you're going through something, just know that time does heal. But you have to truly, truly believe that you will be healed for the better from it. So thank you for watching. I hope I covered all bases, because like I told you, when I hit this camera, sometimes the thoughts come out of my mind and I freeze up, but I feel like I'm getting better. I am getting better. So yeah, have a great day and have a great evening. Have a good night. Wherever you are, whenever you watch this, Later.